Hello and welcome to this virtual open day here at Roches Global Hospitality Education. My name is Andrea Chakravarti. I'm the Dean of Students and member of the Executive Management team here at Roches. It is an absolute pleasure to welcome all of our prospective students, parents, guests here on this call today. And it's really a pleasure to be spending this time with you. Prepared for today, we have first a welcome from our Managing Director, Dr. Christine Demen-Meier. After that, we'll be hearing from our Dean of Graduate Studies to learn more about the academic curriculum. And then we'll hear about the career opportunities and professional development activities from our Career Services Department. And finally, we want to find out more about campus life and student life here at Roches. We're also very pleased to welcome two of our student ambassadors here on this call today. And we encourage all of the audience members to post your questions in our chat box, and we'll be very happy to address them at the end of our session in our question and answer round. The session will be recorded and the recording will be made available to you thereafter. So without further ado, would like to introduce you to Dr. Christine Demen-Meier, our Managing Director. Dr. Demen-Meier, the floor is yours.
Thank you very much, Andrea. I am Dr. Christine Demen-Meier. I am the Global Managing Director of Roches, and it's my pleasure to welcome you to this virtual session. I would like talk a little bit about our mission, because it's for us, our mission is very important. As you can see, there is some words in this mission. We want to cultivate and embolden visionary leaders. Visionary is something very important for us. Of course, leaders also, but we imagine to help you to become visionary and of course to become leaders. And entrepreneurs. Even if you are not concerned by the entrepreneurship, you will discover that in all the companies now, this type of skills are waiting and expecting. So we hope that we will be able to help you to shape tomorrow's sustainable world. But we cannot talk about a school without talking about its history. And I would like to give you some major dates in our history. So the first date, very important, is 1954. The school was created by a family. That means 4 brothers all together. They decide to create a school. So you understand why the family spirit is so important in Roches, because from the beginning, it's in the DNA of the school. They created an international school in the middle of nowhere. At this moment, you know, Crans-Montana was not really so well-known ski resort like it is the case now. Then in 1995, our visionary creator decided to launch another campus in Marbella. And then in 2004 in Shanghai. Then in 2006, the school was accredited by NECE. NECE is a New England Commission of Higher Education. It's the same institution which accredited MIT, Harvard, and a lot of very, very famous and well-known university in around Boston. Then in 2016, the funding group Euraseo bought Les Roches and different other schools. So they create a group, Sommet Group, and we are part of this group, specialized in hospitality education since 2016. And in 2020, we start a transformation, and we came back to our initial positioning. That means innovation, entrepreneurship, and excellence. Something very important for the hospitality school. It's our ranking regarding the employer reputation. We are number 3 in the world. So for us, it's very important because as you know, when you will be graduate of school, you will look for a job. and it's very important to have a good reputation, and our school has excellent reputation. Don't forget that all the students, actual students, are ambassadors, and they're working very hard to keep this reputation in the hospitality industry and also in the other sectors. Some numbers. We have globally, in all our campuses, 2,700 students. More specifically in Crans-Montana, we have around 1,200 students. We have a big part on the campus, of course. We have more than 900 on the campus, and we have around 300 students in internship. Something very important for a school. From the beginning, you remember when I explained to you that in 1954, the family created an international school. And from the beginning, the multiculturalism is very important at Les Roches. And at this moment, actually, we have more than 100 different nationalities on the campus and also an internship. Also something that you will discover if you come to Les Roches, and I hope you will come to Les Roches. It's a personalized learning environment. We are keeping very small classes and groups because we think that it's very important as each student is working with his own way and also maybe needs more or less time to acquire all the knowledge. So we try to personalize the maximum your learning experience. Another point very important if you join Les Roches, it's the alumni network. And from the first day you will be in Les Roches, you will start to create your network. And then when you will be graduate, you will join our alumni network with more than 13,000 alumni in the world. Something crucial for Les Roches, it's Spark. Spark is the center of the school. It's our innovation sphere by Les Roches. We have Spark in Crans-Montana and we have Spark in Marbella. And it's very important for our curriculum because Spark will be integrated in all the curriculum and the student will be immersed in Spark activities. You will have different type of activities. You will be able to have project during your semester. You will be able to test product. You will be able to create new product or services, as we have also an incubator. In fact, we encourage innovation in all the different formats. And Spark is clearly located in the heart of the school. And it's also not only on concept, it's also infrastructure. We have 3 different areas. We have a virtual reality room. We have a research and development room. We have a media studio room. We have also an incubator room, so that you will have the opportunity to discover and to explore innovations. And just watch a movie on Spark, please.
It's passion that gets you up in the morning. Passion that carries you through the toughest challenges and the longest days. At Les Roches, we have been putting passion into hospitality since 1954. And today, that passion still drives us to take hospitality to the next level. Introducing Spark, our initiative to help drive hospitality into the future and create a community of innovators right here on our campuses. The path towards our goal is clear. We're transforming our campuses into an ecosystem that encourages creation and innovation. There'll be places where ideas grow and innovators are born. We will do this in 3 key areas, which we're calling Inspire, Ignite, and Incubate. We're embracing technology and giving it a home on campus. Our students will be able to interact with breakthrough products in hospitality and take part in new advancements for the hotel industry. And with our collaborating partners, we're building dedicated spaces on campus where we can showcase cutting-edge products, concepts, and tech releases. Innovation fuels the fire of business. By creating this innovation sphere, we're committed to making Le Roche a place where the future leaders of hospitality are nourished and ideas ignite. 1/3 of our students go on to run their own business. Now, with Spark, we can help aspiring entrepreneurs jumpstart their business, providing financial solutions, mentoring, and access to technology. Our passion for nurturing future leaders of hospitality goes above and beyond. We're committed to creating an environment where ideas ignite, challenges are overcome, and innovators have the tools they need to make their dreams a reality. Spark, Innovation Sphere by Le Roche, for those with big dreams and even bigger plans.
So I hope you enjoyed this movie on Spark, and that you will be able to come and to test on the real situation what is Spark. But Les Roches, I would like to conclude, is not just a school, it's clearly a way of life. And some of my colleagues will explain a little bit what that means for us. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Dr. Demen-Meier, for these introductory words. And here at Les Roches, we truly believe in the concept of transformative education. But to understand that, we first and foremost have to understand the academic journey that our students are undergoing through. And so we'd invite Dr. Dimitrios Diamantis, our Dean of Graduate Studies, to join us here to share with our audience the different programs that we have and to take us through this journey to success.
Hello, my name is Dr. Dimitrios Diamantis. I would like to thank Ms. Andrea Chakravarti, and it will be a great pleasure for me to introduce you the graduate school. Together with my team, that is Mr. Frank Gunning, as well as actually Mr. Scott Dahl, we'll go through to present you the graduate programs. It's my privilege to do so. So the graduate school has 3 different products at its portfolio. The MBA in Global Hospitality Management, that we have actually updated this program recently, about a year ago, but we have created it about 20 years ago. The newly created program of the Master in Hospitality Strategy and Digital Transformation, led by Mr. Scott Dahl, and the Postgraduate Diploma in International Hospitality Management, led by Mr. Frank Gunning, together with the MBA program. All our programs, they have 2 intakes, one in February and one in September, that I will expand actually on my slides. Now, what is the aim? What are the learning outcomes of these 3 programs? And really, the graduate school aims to improve and to, if you like, create a mindset for our students in terms of international hospitality industry. We are looking to showcase their forward-looking skills by making them global, as well as by making them agents of change. With this in mind, we developed really the different kind of practices that they're going through the process of the accreditation that you will see actually on the next slide. So the program itself, the 3 programs are accredited by the New England Commission of Higher Education. This is the oldest and super prestigious accreditation body that is with us for around now 12 years on the graduate school, and with the Roche also, that also follows really the accreditation matters. Now, for the graduate programs, our aim is to find faculty that they are not only qualified, but they also espouse the values of the graduate school, that is the forward thinking and the change agents. And as a result of that, all the 3 programs, we employ serious and qualified faculty, but at the same time, we try really to showcase the practical skills of the students, and by doing so, we tend to go for a lot of applied research projects, as well as a lot of academic projects, but with an absolutely super interesting industry application. So how do we do that? Now, and we're going to go step by step in the programs on the next slide. You will see actually how exactly we will do that and how exactly we showcase the 3 programs under the portfolio. So I will start with a traditional program of the MBA in Hospitality Management. It's important, absolutely important to highlight that the MBA in Hospitality Management, although it's a very generic term and generic qualification, it has really 2 specializations. So the MBA showcases 2 specializations. So it's a specialist MBA in the 2 areas that after our analysis have seen that those areas are important for the career of the students. So it's 1-year-long program. It has 39 American credits because of the niche accreditation. It has 2 intakes, one in February, one in September, and it goes through the stages. For the students that they don't have the hospitality experience, because either the program attracts them as a career changer or either the program attracts them in early careers of their hospitality experience, we offer the hospitality immersion program. That is a 2-week program that allows the students to practice, improve, and apply their hospitality skills. Thereafter, the MBA has 2 academic semesters that they are roughly on 18 to 20 weeks long, depending on the fluctuations of the academic calendar. So I will start with the MBA 1 first semester, and the MBA 1 first semester on the next slide is looking really, if you like, the foundations and the backbone of a hospitality, tourism, and business in general. It tries to achieve really 3 key things. The number 1 thing that the MBA first semester tries to achieve is to improve the leadership skills of the students. And by doing so, we're showcasing subjects that they try really to enhance the leadership skills. So you will see that there are subjects related to personal development and leadership skills. So this is all about leadership. We also have a subject that brings leadership to the organization. This is your HR, talent management, and process. And also strategies or ideas on managing or leading organizations. So then we have a dedicated subject on managing complex organization and change management, as well as subjects like if you look in the hospitality economics and disrupting business models, although it comes from the economic perspective, but this particular also subject tries to showcase leadership on economic aspects. So leadership is the key area in terms of the framework of the MBA 1. Then we have what we call fundamental subjects of understanding the hospitality business. So hospitality financial analysis, revenue management, digital marketing, consumer behavior and insights. So those actually are the fundamentals of the hospitality business. So every hospitality business, hotels, event companies, airlines, digital transformation companies like the booking.com, you cannot manage a business without actually knowing your finances, your revenues, your digital marketing, and so on. So this is actually the second name. So the number 1 is the leadership, the number 2 are the fundamentals. And the number 3 is really the industry that we are. And the industry that we are is tourism and hospitality. So we have a designated course on destination competitiveness and innovation. And that gives them, if you like, the terminology that exists in the industry of the semester of study. So of the semester of study in 2022.1, the terminology of the industry is going to be after COVID. And as a result of that, a lot of these kind of things are going to be captured in the course of the destination competitiveness and innovation. So after the first semester is done of the MBA 1, the students now, they are moving to the second semester. The way we see the second semester, we are accepting the viewpoint that you are working in the corporate environment. You are working in a head office of a company. Coming and doing an MBA, the goal really at the end of the day is to educate students that they can dream and they can go higher in terms of their career. It's a 20-year-old MBA program, and that allows us really to have a viewpoint that a lot of our alumni, MBA alumni, they're really gaining a lot of corporate positions. And as a result of that, the way that we're looking at the program is that the second semester of the MBA, you are talking about the business strategies, corporate finance, data analytics, and sustainability as a corporate subjects. So that's your core courses. And then we're asking the students to choose a specialization. Either they choose a specialization related to revenue and performance management. Revenue and performance management deals really with financial related matters, from real estate to advanced revenue management to asset management and contract negotiation. So we kind of break down of what is really financial, and we showcase it really to that specialization. Or we asking the students to think like an entrepreneur and go really, in case they wish to the specialization of entrepreneurship and business development. So a lot of kind of creative solutions in terms of what they can do, either to start up a business or really to join a business or join a startup or join an existing business that they would also like to feel entrepreneurial and think innovative. So that's also we pretty much advise the students to choose that specialization. So we try at the same time to have real life projects, the capstone or consultancy project that it is with the companies that they give us, if you like, a problem that they will try the MBA students to resolve. So last semester we had one project with a corporate of Hyatt in Chicago that we have looked actually at sensory techniques that they can be created to anticipate better the COVID measures. We also have done historically projects with hotels like the Borevas Palace in Lausanne, Montclair in Milano, and other kind of brands that they belong really to the hospitality elite. So in other words, it means that all the projects we try really to inspire the students and getting some in-house information so it can help them their vocabulary and experience of managing this type of businesses. Now, to top it all up, we like also to take the students to a real world environment. So then we take them to a study trip, and the study trip is over the second semester of the MBA. It is in the city in Chicago. We have a few minutes of video that you can see this experience. Enjoy it.
The number one is to improve the soft skills of the students. The number two is to showcase them the different facets of the hospitality industry. The number three, to inspire them. And the number four, to make them, if you like, more of a reflective practitioners.
Really learning how to apply like the different things that we're learning, which I think is one of the main reasons obviously for this Chicago trip. Really taking the things that we learn in the classroom and how they work in real life, and maybe things don't work out exactly like they're supposed to, but how to adapt to different situations and really how to be flexible.
Yeah, so that was really the MBA study trip, and we're going for around actually 6 to 8 days, depending on the time and the circumstances. And the idea is really to take the students to an environment that they can learn from the industry, and they can showcase also their hospitality skills to them. Now, then following up actually of the MBA program, and I will let you a little bit of a moment to kind of see that after the MBA as a showcase program, then we are moving to the second graduate program that we have, that is the Master in Hospitality Strategy and Digital Transformation. Now, it's a year-long program as well. It has 35 academic credits, and it has also 2 intakes. A similar process as the MBA in 2 academic semesters, but the way also we're looking at this program is slightly different because of its circumstances. So it's 2 academic semesters taught on the campus, and then we're asking the students to either go to do an internship or working in a real-life project with a company, and we have also a 3rd semester. So the duration of the whole program can be a year and a half, 2 academic semesters plus 6 months, and that's actually step by step. I will take you on the next slide. So the hospitality component of the program is blended together with the notion of technologies. We are looking that every business needs to be digitally transformed. The way we define digital transformation, of course, by default includes information technology, but the most important thing is that to make a connection between digital transformation and strategy. So how you are using technologies in order for you to manage your business and navigate your brand over a period of time. So the way we're starting this particular kind of masters is in 3 different modules. The module number 1, it looks at the techniques and the tactics that we can use in order for us to achieve digital transformation. So we can achieve digital transformation by knowing the disruptions, by knowing what type of technologies, by knowing of what is artificial intelligence and what is database management, what it is, and we also try to understand the performance and the analytics. So it's kind of technical, but at the same time, those are actually not kind of heavy in the sense that we are not educating students to get a master's in artificial intelligence. We are trying to educate them enough in order for them to understanding and have an opinion on the matter based on certain knowledge that they will gain from the first module. What is important is that we have a series of visiting professors. Every single course that I have presented you is coming from an expert of the particular field. Expert also has an educator heart. So it's an expert in the industry, but equally they are qualified educators that they can be able really also to showcase their knowledge at the graduate level of study. Now, in the module 1, you will realize that there is a red thread, we call it, and this is one course, the finance and the value creation, that is running across the whole module. So all the courses are done by experts, except the finance and value creation course that is taught weekly by a faculty of Roches, so we can maintain some consistency of the experience of the students. So after the tactics are explored, the second module is that how can you bring these tactics to business decision making? So as a result of that, how are you making your business model? So that's why you have actually your courses, courses from design thinking to digital marketing, to corporate social responsibility, and new business models that they need to be created on that particular kind of frame. So tactics first, then the business model application, that's the module 2, with a red thread cross that is running on the area of revenue management, that is also very, very important as a strategy of the organization. So once module 1 and 2 are completed, then you go to the module 3. That's absolutely how you apply them in a real world application. So in other words, it means I know the tactics, I know my strategies, now I need to apply them. Okay, to apply them, you need to have some leadership skills to do so. You apply them via a real life project, so that's why we have an applied project management, and you apply them by creating policies and techniques in terms of different areas of applications. One is customer experience, the second is sustainable hospitality strategy, so but it's a strategy course, more strategy core than sustainability, and you apply them actually by improving the leadership skills of your employees and staff in terms of emotional intelligence, talent management, team building, and so on. So the masters, in other words, what it tries to do is to showcase tactics of the industry, mainly from the digital transformation perspective, apply them in terms of strategies, and also take the lead for application. So once those are achieved, Then the next question is, how can we see that the students of what they have learned in the classroom, module 1, module 2, module 3, has a real value to them? So we ask them to choose either to go for an internship in the area of hospitality strategy and digital transformation, or they're working on a real-life project with a company over a period of 4 to 6 months, depending on the guidelines and the nature of the project. So once this is done, one or the other, then the students, they're graduating from the hospitality strategy and digital transformation. At the same time, there is a lot of activity in this course. They can be able to do additional certificates on revenue management, additional certificates on analytics, so they can be able really to enhance their skills further and what they try to do. During the course of the study as well, we have a field trip that the Master of Hospitality Strategy Digital Transformation students, they go right now, the destination is Amsterdam, that they are looking actually at this particular destination and a balance between hospitality and digital transformation. So they're learning hospitality branch, and they're also learning digital transformation companies, and they try actually to synergize them and try to understand actually the environments that both of them they operate in. So that's actually the hospitality strategy and digital transformation. If we're moving to the next slide, we will have our next program and the final program for today that is also historical like the MBA, the postgraduate diploma in international hospitality management. So this is the shortest program that we have. If you study only the postgraduate diploma in international hospitality management. So in case the students, they like to do that, they have one academic semester and an internship. And there is also a very strong possibility, and that's why we created this particular kind of possibility for the students to continue to the second semester of the MBA after meeting the entry criteria of the MBA second semester. So if I will go actually through the different kinds of steps of the program in the next slide, we can see that the hospitality immersion program is very also important for the PGDIP students, the postgraduate diploma students, because this program also attracts a lot of career changes. And as a result of that, if they don't have a hospitality background, they can be able also to do the 2-week hospitality immersion program that I previously described for the MBA and also for the Master of Hospitality Strategy and Digital Transformation. So 2 weeks in order for them to improve and showcase their hospitality skills. Now, once the hospitality immersion program is done, in case the students, they qualify to do that, then they go really to the semester 1 of the PGD program. The semester 1 of the PGD has a similar mindset as the MBA first semester. In other words, it means that it tries to do 3 things: leadership, number 1, fundamentals hospitality, but more application to the hospitality and tourism industry. So this program has a little bit more emphasis on practicality, more emphasis on application. The fundamentals are very similar to the MBA first semester. The focus, however, tends to be a little bit more in an applied nature. Why? Because the students, after the first semester of the PGD, they will go really to do an internship. So we're making connections between of what they study in the classroom and their work-life situation. As you can see again on semester 1, we take them through the leadership. So that's actually the leadership skills of the students. Also leadership in organization, behavior and change management. So again, you do that and you also need to lead in order for you to achieve the change. So 2 courses related to leadership, more courses are related to fundamentals because they are career changes. So you will have finance, revenue management, marketing, design and facilities management, fundamental, and talent management in the hospitality. So again, that can be a fundamental. Now, we top it all up in terms of try to be innovative with the students. So we're exploring of what type of innovation is relevant to the hospitality, tourism, and business in general, because although we're targeting career changes as priority number 1, career changes are the students that their first degree is not in tourism and hospitality. So although we're targeting this kind of profiles, we equally accept that some students of hospitality or tourism profile, they would like to get a shorter route in terms of getting their graduate qualification. So the PhD program is also appealing to an audience like this. So the innovation through design and agile thinking is also helps actually those two communities that they exist. So after that, they do their internship, and after that, they can have the possibility, we give them about a year and a half after the completion of the PhD program, up to a year and a half, so they can decide straight away if they qualify to do that, and we encourage that, or they are not ready, so they go to work, do their internship, and they can return to do the second semester of the MBA. Or they can take a year and a half after the completion of the PhD in order for them to come to the second semester of the MBA. This is a cross-campus program. So in other words, the PhD in Crans-Montana, in Marbella, in China is pretty much the same. So the programs actually are pretty much similar. And as a result of that, the route to the MBA is also exactly the same. Now, what is interesting about this PhD program is that the study trip is in the destination of United Arab Emirates in Dubai. We have done actually the study trip in Dubai for around actually now almost 10 times. So we have built a big network of companies and pretty much the happenings. And I will let you enjoy the video and you can see the learning outcome and the reflection by Mr. Kooning, the program director of this program.
The idea of the trip is really to validate the classroom environment learning into something tangible, to engage a student with industry leaders, to engage a students in understanding better what it takes to become the future general managers.
From this trip, I expect to visit a lot of hotels and restaurants, making connections, getting to know people, getting to know the GMs, talk to them about what's happening in the back of house, what's happening in the front of house, how they run the daily operations.
To have this chance of seeing the place where they might work, where they want to develop, and then see it and be able to choose whether they want it or they don't want it, and it's amazing to have this opportunity with them.
Each general manager we have met, and at every property we have been fortunate to meet one, have given the same message, they share the same thing: be passionate about the industry, believe in your abilities, and work hard to get to where you wish to be.
This kind of trips is really helping the students because they see the actual hotels in real life, how it looks like, and they meet the general manager. We are currently on board, getting their experience, getting their feedback, getting their advice. So definitely it will help them to improve and move forward with their career.
The opportunities, meeting the general managers, the heads of each department, and asking them the sort of questions that a normal person can't ask. You're in a room with the people that you've studied with for a whole year, multiple years, and they treat you as professionals. You're not just students. You are people that are entering the industry, and they treat you that way.
By working closely with industry and industry leaders, we can certainly sort of portray and show off the quality of our students.
I hope to welcome you again for the next visit.
I like to mention that the PhD study trip in Dubai, it visits normally about 10 to 14 companies, and those particular kind of companies, they are elite. They are in elite hospitality, and we try really to not only educate, but inspire the students, right? Because they are at the age that they come to study with us to be inspired, to be successful, and I think we have been having the experience over the years to do that. So we are very proud of our 3 programs, and I hope really as a summary of today, to spend a little bit of time to reflect which programs are relevant to you in your career and to choose one that is absolutely the one that is suitable for you. Before I will complete really my presentation for today, I like also to underline a little bit once more that doing a PhD also gives you a platform to do the second semester of the MBA. Now, this is important because we want students to have a choice. We want students not to come only to do one-stop service that you do, say, for example, an MBA or you do a master's, but you can be able really to do one semester, go do your intensive, go to get some experience, but the school gives you a bridge when you are ready to do so, to come back after 1.5 years, if you wish, to do the second semester of the MBA. As a school, that we also try to inspire students and empower students. To us is very important that the students have a choice, that they can actually cut their studies in different part one and part two, and we can encourage that in order for them to get more experience, and that makes them also a little bit more employable at the end of the day. In the graduate programs, we have actually the admission criteria that we will also find in our Roches page at www.roches.edu, that you can see actually the pretty much the admission criteria. So I would like to thank you for listening, and I would also like to highlight that we are not just a school over here, but actually everything is our way of life. So thank you so very much, and we're wishing you a very good rest of your day. So thank you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Diamantis, for this in-depth overview of all of the different programs and avenues for our students. Maybe a little invitation for our audience here at this point to use the chat function if you have not yet done so, to drop us your questions so that we'll be able to address that at the end of the session. Now, to all of you who are on the call today, if you're here with us, that means you probably have already some work experience, or you're just about to finish your bachelor degree and looking for further options. And at this point, we'd like to commend you actually for also wishing to further your education. It's something that we definitely encourage everybody across the world to continue to do. And that means as well being courageous, because potentially you might be pondering on taking a gap year from the position that you currently hold already. And obviously, from that perspective, employability is a key factor when we look at the outcomes of our programs. And we've heard a lot from Dr. Diamantis already about leadership and immersing yourself in real world. And we would love to hear at this point also from Stephanie Ruiz, our Head of Career Services, what exactly are these opportunities to immerse yourselves with the industry and gain more experience. Thank you, Stephanie, for joining us.
Thank you very much, and good day, everybody, and welcome once again. So my name is Stephanie. I'm the head of career services, as Ms. Chakravarti just introduced, and I've been here for almost 7 years now, and I'm actually also a graduate of La Roche from a few years back, obviously, and actually the majority of my team are also graduates from La Roche from the different programs, which I believe is very helpful for us to understand what the students go through and what are the challenges so that we can help you in the best way possible. So before we do anything else, I want to show you a little video.
We want those students to be part of our success.
The quality of education and the training in the soft skills in Les Roches is pretty impressive.
I absolutely adore the students. They just stand out amongst the crowd.
Entrepreneurial spirit,
humility,
thinking outside of the box, problem solving. They are our future leaders.
We need unique people to fill in the roles.
We need the best of the best.
So basically, all our programs are tailored for employability. This is where La Roche is best known for. We stand second in the QS ranking worldwide, and this is something that we're very proud of. So how the career services is going to help you is, first of all, to understand your options. So if you took me when I started at La Roche, hospitality was hotels, resorts, restaurant, bars, if you went really far, catering, travel, tourism. And that was more or less it. The thing is that the hospitality industry has really increased a lot, and what we consider hospitality now has changed. And we're talking about MICE, we're talking about theme parks, attraction parks, airlines and cruises, retail, fashion, sports, destination management, finance, health and wellness, sustainability, real estate, marketing. It can go really, really far. So it's really the experience economy. And that makes it easy in one way because there are lots of options out there and you will be able to use your transferable skills. And on the other hand, it makes it really complicated because you have so much choice that it can be very overwhelming at times. And this is why I honestly believe that having a career services department can be very helpful. You want a place where you can bounce ideas off with and that you can get feedback and that you can maybe, what we want to do is basically open your options and open your minds towards other things that you might not have thought of in the first place. So in the previous slide, you could see some of the companies that we work with. This is obviously just a handful. There are many, many more companies out there. So one of the things that I would like to clarify, first of all, is that we are a career services department and not a placement office. So it's not my role to tell you where to go, what to do, which position to take, and which company to work for. It's your career, it's your life, and it's your decision. But you need to know your options and you need to know how to go through the struggles, because finding a job, if you've ever worked before and you've been looking for a job, is not always easy. It tends to be quite challenging. So we want you to go through those challenges, but have somebody to help you when you face any issues or when you have something really exciting to share. And this is really what we're there for. The way we're going to support you, and it doesn't matter in which program you are, is that first of all, we will do some in-class and online sessions where we're obviously going to put together a fantastic CV or resume for your applications, really tailored to the position and companies you want. This is very, very important. After we've done that, obviously you need to have your digital footprint being very professional. So we work with LinkedIn, and we will show you how to maximize your LinkedIn usage as another tool that you can use. You have the one-on-one counseling. You have also mentoring program through the alumni through the alumni network. You even get a WhatsApp number from us, so if in case you have small questions in the evening and the weekends, that you can have that continuous support, which is very important, especially when you're in such a short program that lots of things come up, and the programs tend to be quite intense. So the schedules might not always match with the opening times, and it's important that we're always there available for you. We do lots of interview training. So one of the things that we've realized that the students across programs struggle with is doing a good interview. And doing a good interview means answering the right answers to the questions and trying to figure out what the companies really want to know from you, but also asking the right questions so that afterwards you can make the choice that is really best for your career. And one student is not another. So what might be best for you is not best for your roommate or for your best friend. So it's important that we tailor it to you. So that's something that we're going to do through the trainings that we offer in class, online, one-on-one sessions with us, or with an outside consultant that does Skype interview trainings, because majority of you will not travel to the destination where you want to work to do those interviews. You're going to do your interviews on Skype. So that's quite important. Lots of companies have now also digital interview techniques where you're actually doing an interview with a robot. We have a platform that mimics this in case you need more training for that. So this is really the first part of the semester is focus on the searching for a job, let's say, and how to be successful at it. Towards the end, we will be looking more at how to be successful in your internship or in your workplace. Next to the open days, before I forget, we also have other tools. For example, we have an online platform where companies are posting their jobs, and when you apply, your CV goes directly to the company. We're there to basically manage the system. We have a few other tools that we will use to support you in your job search, so that you can really maximize this and hopefully have the problem at the end of, Stephanie, I have too many offers and I don't know which one to choose. And that's also something we do. We try to sit down with you and analyze what's best for you. If there are any questions about this, I will take them at the end. I hope there are, but feel free to post them on the chat.
Great, thank you very much, Stephanie, for this overview. And we can see, again, the support from the teams directly is so valuable to really maximize these career opportunities along the journey. Thank you very much, Stephanie.
Thank you.
Now, of course, we keep saying Les Roches is not a school, it's a way of life. And what we mean by that, we want to understand a little bit better, what is it about student life and campus life as a graduate student? And we'd like to hear from Alexander Small, our Student Affairs and Communication Officer, to share with us a little bit what makes the student life so special here at Les Roches.
Thank you, Andrea. Hello, everyone. My name is Alex. I am a Student Affairs Officer and Communications Coordinator for the campus here in Bruges. I also happen to be an alumnus of the school, so I have experienced student life on both sides of the spectrum. But it does beg the question, what is student life and what does it mean to all of us? And it means very, very different things. But the main gist of it and what we've asked the students, what's important to them is networking. Networking is the one item that every student mentioned in one form or another when we asked them what's important to your student life. And this is getting to know students that are outside of your regular social sphere, getting to know these people and to exchange with them is really important as well for your personal development, because we'll have people from many different backgrounds, many different areas with many different expectations and viewpoints. And this is really interesting to be able to develop these softer skills through the La Roche way of life. And then, of course, being active throughout your time here. So an active lifestyle is very important to keeping you busy and entertained outside of the classroom. So I'll show you a quick video of what we mean about student life. So as you can see, plenty of things going on there. But we really do tackle this through three main areas as well. So these student life activities. We have our sports and leisure program, which is part of the student affairs team. We have a student sports and leisure coordinator, Tom van der Mee, who organizes weekend activities. So every weekend we've got different outings, be they social or sporting. We've got team sports that happen. We've got weekly sports as well. We are still maintaining a certain level of this throughout this current time, but on a regular basis, we will get back to normal sooner, hopefully, rather than later. We will be traveling all around Switzerland, viewing different areas, experiencing the different things that Switzerland has to offer. Our sports teams will meet on a regular basis with teams from other campuses as well, where we can, again, expand that social network that we have. We'll also be doing regular weekly sports. We still currently are, albeit at a distance, but all of this will go up a gear once everything becomes available again. Then we've got our clubs and societies who still are meeting on a regular basis. These are interest-based groups, so we've got many of them, too many to mention in a go, but we do have a wide variety of interests that our students come in with, and we like to foster these interests and to really support you in exploring them and in expanding on them. So we've got everything that ranges from our green club to our art society, all the way through to a wine club. So really lots of different interests that are covered. And then finally, we've got our student-led events. And these are events that are ran by students, aimed at the student body. So they will set the event from start to end. And it's really a great learning experience for them as well. To set up an event, we've got the World of Wine Expo, which explores the different wines. We're a wine producing region. So this is an exposition of different wines and things like this. So it's the students really get a feel of what creating an entire event is. And this is outside of the classroom, so it's all optional, but it's really a nice way to, again, tackle all those 3 points of being active, expanding your network, and keep expanding your knowledge even outside of the classroom. So as you can see, there's always something going on, and everything here is put at your disposal, and it's for you to use as you wish. So you can join as many clubs and societies as you like, as much as you feel your curriculum allows you to do. So you will have plenty of time outside of the classroom to be able to take part in some of these activities. And this is really what makes the difference between having an average semester and a fulfilling semester in school. So we'd like to take a few minutes as well to show you around the campus, albeit from a distance. So this, what you see on your screens now, this is our main campus building there at the center of the image. Inside our setting here in Crans-Montana, so with a fantastic view of the southern Swiss Alps there, as you can see. And our campus expands across the village, and we have several buildings for lodging, which range in different sizes, build years and things. They're not all quite identical, but all of our rooms are appointed in very much the same way. So you'll see our rooms are all come with the same regular setup. There will be some rooms that have slight advantages and others that have different things to them. The majority of our on-campus accommodation is shared accommodation. We do have single rooms as well. And of course, as graduate students, you will have the option to book your room off campus. All of this information you can get so through our websites. You can see the different buildings and see how they're all laid out. We also have various outlets for you to choose from to eat your meals during the day. So our primary restaurant is the Marketplace, which is at the top right there, which serves 3 meals a day and your meals on the weekends. Also, we've got our fine dining restaurant, which is the larger image on the left there, which is more of a sit down and enjoy a 3-course meal experience. And then we've got our fresh and fast and B3 outlets, which are more eat as you go. Pret a manger, sushi, you have burgers, sandwiches, this type of thing. So to keep you fed during your busier days. So of course we work hard. We've got our more traditional classroom environments that you'll be more familiar with, so such as the lecture theatres, which you can see imaged on the right there. And then we've got less traditional spaces, which are more mimicking hospitality environments to allow us role play classes and things like this. Then we'll also have plenty of study spaces for you. You'll be doing a lot of group work, working together. So we've got dedicated spaces for this. In the center on the right there, you'll see our lobby. This is a corner of our lobby, which is set up again for students to meet and group work. We have a library also, which is full of lots of academic research materials. We also have loads of online digital material as well. That you can make use of, and of course there on the left hand side are computer labs, so depending on the classes you might also find yourselves in there. And then, of course, to play hard, we've got all of our on-campus facilities. So we have our sports pitches, which we mentioned before. We have our sports teams meet on a regular basis. We play rugby, football, basketball, volleyball, cricket, to name just a few. We are always open to doing more sports and activities too. We also have a swimming pool facility, which I should mention is currently under renovation, and our gym facilities as well, which are always at disposal of students. So plenty to do on the play side on campus as well. So thank you for listening to me. And again, if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to ask them at the end.
Thank you very much, Alex. Thank you for sharing about student life. It makes us dream of maybe being students again, if we could. And of course, who better to ask than our actual students who are on the call about what student life is all about. So we're really, really pleased to introduce you to our two student ambassadors who are here with us today. One being Albert from the Master in Hospitality Strategy in Digital Transformation, and Aashrit, who's joining us as well, who is a former PG student and has moved to the MBA program right now. If you'd like to join us by lighting your camera. Wonderful, thank you. Thank you, Albert, thank you, Aashrit. And maybe before we take some of the questions from our audience, I'd love to hear from each one of you, maybe starting with Aashrit. Tell us about your journey before Les Roches. What brought you to Les Roches, and where does this passion to hospitality come from?
Thank you, Mr. Chakravarti. So for me, I've always wanted to get into hospitality right from my childhood. I remember going into a hotel with my father and then feeling something about the place, and that's when I really wanted to get into it. But coming from a conservative society, if I can call it, they weren't very keen, my parents weren't very keen on me taking a career like hospitality in my bachelor's. So I went for a more traditional course in finance in my bachelor's. And then that's when I shifted to hospitality in my master's, coming for the PGD. And I found Les Roches to be the perfect place because, first of all, the location in the beautiful Alps, and they had the PGD course was perfect because it allowed people from other career backgrounds to come into hospitality with the induction that was there. And thirdly, of course, the cultural aspect of Les Roches, where you meet so many people from so many different places. I think that's one of my favorite things about Les Roches as well.
Thank you very much, Aashrit. And Albert, could we ask you a similar question? Now, Albert, you're one of our students who joined our new program, this master's program, and you have been with us for actually only a shorter period of time, about 1 or 2 months. Yes. What brought you here, and how has this time been so far for you?
Yeah, so like it says, I'm from Taiwan, but I actually been in the US for 10+ years or so. Before I joined the Roches, I actually worked in the hospitality industry for roughly 2 years. But what really gravitated me toward the Roches rather than other programs offered by other schools is that it's the exact program that's happening right now, the hospitality strategy and digital transformation. That one really caught my eyes because, as everybody could see, this is the trend that's happening. The pandemic, I would say, only makes the transition faster. So I really want to hop on and get as much as I can from this program.
Wonderful, thank you so much. And in a way, we have a lot of questions that came around the same idea of, can I join the program if I'm not coming maybe necessarily from the traditional hospitality background? And maybe to both of you, can you tell us a little bit about the diversity of your group and your classes that you're currently with? Where are people, maybe nationality-wise and the backgrounds? Share with us a little bit who you're actually studying and working with.
Yeah, would you like to go first?
Please.
Sure. So in my PGD class, we had about 32 people coming from 21 different countries. So that was quite a bit of diversity there. And in the MBA class that I'm in currently, we have about 45 people from about 22, 23 countries. So the diversity that you have here is amazing. Like I said, it's one of my favorite parts about Les Roches as well. You learn about so many different cultures, and you just, and the best part is you have people all over the world once you graduate. So wherever you go, you just pick up the phone and you have somebody over there whom you know, and your stay is taken care of, and then your entire trip is taken care of as well.
But yeah, I think it's really similar in my case also. I would say the only difference is since this is a relatively new program, our student body goes up to around, I think 15 students. But also because it is a digital base master's degree, there's actually students that are coming from, I would say, the OTAs, not relatively the traditional or even banking as well. I was told that they joined the HIP program prior to starting the master's degree, but that really added another layer to our study, in which during our group projects, especially when we're working on the back end side, they really have, there's a lot of additional value added.
Wonderful, thank you both, and it's we're glad to hear you're living exactly the experience that we want to create for all of the students and for all of the programs, the cultural rich diversity, but then also the different backgrounds of industry experience, and then obviously applying that by learning together. Further questions that I'd like to address again to our student ambassadors, Albert and Aashrit, at this point. Is around how to choose actually the location, because of course with Les Roches we have also our campus in Shanghai, we have programs there, we have graduate programs in Spain as well. And what made you choose to come to Crans-Montana versus maybe to Spain?
Albert, you can go first this time.
All right, so for me, the answer is quite simple. The Hospitality Strategy and Digital Transformation Masters is only offered at the Crans campus. So unfortunately, I don't have the choice to choose between campuses, but I would say my decision, I don't regret my decision, and I've honestly enjoyed my time.
Thank you, Albert. And how was it for you, Aashrit?
For me, I would say that the choice of location, Switzerland itself is a dream location for most people. So sitting in the Alps, and you know that Switzerland is the home of hospitality, as they call it. So for me, the decision wasn't very tough. I knew I wanted to come to Switzerland. But then for people wanting to choose different campuses, each campus has its own charm and its own, something that you can always learn from there. So two of my closest friends that I'm with here, one of them is from the Marbella campus and one of them from the Xinjiang campus in China. So the person from the Xinjiang campus is actually French. He wanted to go to China just so he could practice his Mandarin. The person who went to Marbella, she wanted to go there because she liked the beach life more than the mountain life as such. So she wanted to experience one semester there and one semester here. So it's completely up to what the student wants and what they really expect to come out of the experience. Because academically, I believe it's the same in all three campuses as far as what I've heard.
Wonderful, thank you both. And I'd like to mention at this point, absolutely, the academic quality and our accreditation is obviously includes all of the campus locations. The difference may be that, as we heard from Albert, the specializations or the specific programs may not be offered on all of the locations. So it's worth also finding out the particular interest that you have in the program, because there might be a unique location around that. And at the same time, Marbella and Spain, as well as Shanghai, are wonderful locations. So if you're starting your journey over there and wish to join us, maybe for your second semester, as many of our students do, this is absolutely possible. And for Albert and Aashrit, we're obviously very happy to have you here in Switzerland, and that you enjoy it here. Of course, our student ambassadors also will remain available after this call. We have a dedicated email address. So if you want to get in touch with Albert, Aashrit, or maybe some of the other ambassadors, we have a whole team behind that of students, you're more than welcome. Drop an email and we'll be happy to connect you student to student, which gives a much different spin on the discussion. Probably we're getting close to the end of our session very shortly here, and yeah, it's at this point really thanking first of all our student ambassadors Albert and Aashrit for having taken out the time. We know you had to potentially leave a few of your courses for a moment and to be with us here for this time. It's really appreciated. Thank you very much, Dr. Demen-Meier, Dr. Diamantis, Stephanie Roches, Alex Small, who were with us here today. And of course, thank you very much to all of the audience for having stayed with us. We see the majority of our audience members are still here with us. We look forward to welcoming you in Switzerland in person. And in the meantime, stay safe, stay healthy, and best greetings from Switzerland. Thank you and bye-bye.